Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Anyways, this COVID-19 has done something good to me. I taught myself how to knit. And look at this. See, I am so proud of myself. I don't know, I don't mean to brag, but so this is what I'm gonna do. This is what we call the spiral hat with a rib brim. Okay, look at that. So what we need, guys, is, let's put this one away. This one has a colored one. I reused the remaining, yarn that I have. Okay, you'd need, I'm doing the loom knitting. So loom works better for me. I have my hook, and then here's the needle that you would use later on, and some scissors to cut your yarn layers. Tape measure is optional. And of course, you need the yarn. Look at that. All right, so let's keep going, guys. Let's start it. Start with a loop, like so. Wrap it around your fingers, 2 fingers. Put your other 2 fingers here, like so. Pull it like that. See, there's a slip knot. And then let's put it here in our anchor peg. Okay, and tighten it a bit. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna do a cast on. Okay, double cast on, double E wrap, like a cursive E. Okay, that's 1 and 2. Look at that. And then you take the bottom one and pull it over. There you go. See, look at that. Next, of course, 1 and 2, and then pull the other one over it. Okay, you got it? And then we're gonna go through all the way around the loom. Okay, I'll see you guys in a bit. This is the cast on, okay? So here we go, finishing our cast on with the double E-wrap method. So 1, that's double E-wrap, bottom over, like so. Okay, and then we're gonna start our first row of our brim. It's gonna be a rib stitch, so it's gonna be alternate knit 1, purl 1. Okay, there we go. Now knit is, like so, and purl, you put your yarn under here, take it out of here, do like so. Okay, pull it up, and then take the whole thing over like so, and put the new loop like that. So it's going to be alternate like that, guys. Okay, knit and then purl, knit and then purl. Okay, so we're going to go around. This method will repeat between 6 and 8. Since I'm using a chunky yarn, I'm just going to do 6 rows of all of this. Knit, purl for 6 rows. All right, here we go. I'm finishing my first row here, guys. See, when I did my knit and then purl, I didn't knit off my stitch here yet, because I want to knit it off after I've done everything. Because when you leave your work, you don't want to be like, okay, where am I now? Am I in the knit or in the purl? So for me, it works that way, that I just have to knit them off all together after I done my row. Okay, so here it is. That's the last purl. Okay, now I'm gonna knit off everything now with a double loop. Okay, and then I'm gonna show you, I'll knit them off, and I'll show you, we're gonna remove this peg, this loop here in the anchor peg. Okay, so as you finish your first row, we could remove this one here now. Okay, it just slip off because it's a slip knot. And then we're gonna put it here to the back. Now some would like to leave this tail for, you know, after that they're gonna weave it off in the hat. But me, it bothers me to just weave it off. I'm just scared that it's gonna, you know, come loose or something. So what I do is I did do a knot here. I knot it off. One, not so tight. And then one more time. I don't know, it works for me just to be confident that it's not gonna slip off. And one more. So 3 knots. I don't think anybody would even notice. And then we're gonna cut that tail off. Don't cut your working yarn, be sure, okay? There we go. There, see, there goes. All right, now, so that was the first row. So we're gonna do another 5 rows of that alternate knit and purl, knit and purl. So knit and purl, knit and purl, all the way for 6 rows. All right, guys, see ya. All right, guys, so I finished the 6 rows of my brim, which was the alternate, the knit and the purl. This is the wrong side. Here's the right side. Isn't that pretty, guys? But anyways, one time I forgot how many rows I made. So the one way of doing that is counting here. This was the cast on. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6 is the last row here. 1 second. That's your cast on. So that's number 1 row, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now here comes tonight the good part. Now we're gonna start the body. I have 36 pegs, right? We are gonna make repeats of 5, which is gonna be 3 knits and 2 purl. So that's 5 equals 7 repeats will equals to 5 times 7 is 35. Hey, I can multiply, huh? Anyway, and then you're gonna end up with 35 with the last peg that's gonna be empty. So that's what's gonna make the design of the spiral, because it's gonna offset. You finish your 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5 repeats up to 35 here. And then you're gonna start your next pattern here. So that's what's gonna make it. Anyway, so we're gonna start with 3 knits. You could do the opposite, like 2 knits and 3 purls, but I'm gonna do 3 knits and then 2 purls. Okay, and then remember the purl is like so. Okay, 2 purls. And then I'm gonna do it all the way around, and I'll come back when you guys, we have reached the 35th over here. Okay, here it is. Oh, the fun is starting. All right. So here, guys, I'm gonna knit off. Remember, I have 1, 2, 3 knits. Okay, and then 2 purls. I'm gonna knit them all off. And here I am over here. Look. Okay, I repeated all the way 3 knits, and then here's my 2 purls. Here, 1 purl, and I ended up with last purl over here, because that was the 35th peg. All right, so now let's knit this all off here. Some of them would prefer it that way, but me, I come from the top here. Now, so the next row. So we ended up on the 35th peg. Now we are going to start our repeat of 3 knits and 2 purl. But we are going to start here on the 36th peg. 1, 2, 3. So we are going to repeat this pattern, guys. And then this one will end here on the 34th peg. So that's what makes the spiral pattern. It's going to go all the way. Just keep repeating that. So it's a very simple pattern, really. 3 knits, 2 purl all the way, and start again on the one that has that was empty. Okay. All right, guys. So I made like 25 rows of the pattern all the way from this point here. Okay, so now 25 rows. It depends on how's your length. Mine, I go by this, it's about like 7 inches. For adult hat, about 7 to 8 inches really. So now I ended up here in the middle, right? And I want to go back to here. You could just end it here, but I want to go back here. So I'll continue one more of that pattern of the 3 knits and 2 purls until I arrived here, okay, in the starting peg. All right, so I'll continue here. So here it is. I end my line over here. Okay, now I'm going to knit it off. All right, knit it off. And you know what, guys? Don't forget to admire your handiwork. Look at that. See? Let's make that the spiral design. It looks so awesome. Ooh, somebody homeless would be a lucky wearer of this hat. There we go. So after I knit this off, I'm going to make one row of just all knit. Okay, just knit all the E-wrap knits, okay? All the way around before we do a drawstring bind off. See, I did all E-wrap like this, and then after the end of the last peg, guys, to lock in your stitch here, do the last one. That way it locks it. All your E-wraps will not unravel. Okay, all right. I'm gonna show you how to do the decrease my my stitches here. So that since I use the bulky yarn too, so that's very important that it's not all gonna bunch. I've knit off all my E-wraps, my knit E-wraps here. There you go. And then we have to push them down here. All right, here. Now to decrease, what I do is I E-wrap this one, all right? Skip the next peg, E-wrap the next one. So it's alternating, skip, skip, E-wrap, skip, E-wrap, like that. Oh my goodness, guys. There we go. And then knit off the ones with the double loop. Sometimes I make a mistake, and I would E-wrap this one too, but it doesn't really matter, you know. There we go. All right, so we have alternates. There we go. I think we did good. Now, as I told you, knit off the last one to lock it. There it is, see? Okay. Okay. All right, so let me knit it off and I'll show you how we're gonna close off our hat. Woohoo, I'm so excited. All right, now here we go. So we have already one loop each peg. Now we're gonna have to cut our yarn. I would measure 1.5, just to be, that's more than enough, but rather be longer than, you're gonna end up like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do here? Okay, here we go. There, caught it. Now, what I'm gonna do is do like so here. And put it all here. And take it all off like that, all the way. All of this, okay? All right. So keep doing that, guys, and we come back. So after we're gonna scrunch it all up. It's gonna look like a hat. So like that. Okay, see you guys in a bit. So here, guys, after you done all of that, it's safe now to remove all our handiwork from this loom. Look at that now. Ooh, so pretty. Get rid of that. And look, I even put the needle here at the end because we would need that later on. So now it's time to gather. Okay. There. Now what I would do is turn this wrong side out. But look at that. See? So I'm going to put my needle through here and secure. There we go. There. All right, so cinch it really good. There, see, it's close. But to be really kind of sure, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. But what I would do is put a few stitches around that loop, that little circle there in the middle, just to be on the safe side. Yeah, not all of it, but, a few. That's it. And then you knot it a few times. And then we move on to another project. Yeah, this is just for added measure here. Okay, one more. And then we're gonna make a knot. So this will be included in the Christmas Care package for Christmas. All right. There we go. Okay. All right. Turn it back on like so. Look at that, guys. Isn't that awesome? See? And here, sometimes we would reduce this over here, but I want to leave it there because it's kind of lacy kind of thing. It could be for a woman or a teenager or something. But this is what makes it spiral. All right, guys. I love doing it. All right. Thank you. See you next time.